Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 27, Converging Fury. Converging Fury, it means we are colliding furies. First off, we have a short episode coming up, Episode 27. We took a week off. We, at this point, or at least tonight, I'm releasing this early, so tonight we're doing Escape from the Bloodkeep Part 2 as the live stream for Friday night. We skipped a week because we did an episode in a day. So we didn't really skip a week. We basically just did it in advance, all in one day. It was the death of Molly. Yes, I am wearing the Molly shirt. Before we get into this episode, want to just go over a few things because I knew we would get a lot of action, let's say, talk, conversation in the chat. I just want to clarify myself. I understand that the characters are created by the players and they could do whatever they want. I am quite aware. I talk about this all the time with George R.R. Martin and things like that, where if they say a thing is a thing, the fans can't get mad at it because they're saying it's my world. This is how it happens. So yes, I completely understand it. Maybe I have to go back and watch how I'm explaining myself because I don't rewatch the edited version of myself giving my exit. Maybe I say it wrong, but I am pretty sure that I word it like this. I get that the character follows a path. I just think it's not the thing that character should do. I'm not saying they're playing the character wrong. I'm saying I think that is dumb. I think that is dumb, and if I'm being mean or that's toxic, I would want someone to tell me if I'm doing something dumb, if I was playing a game, even if it's a fake fantasy character or if it's real life. If I'm doing something dumb or I am going in guns blazing, I understand that is the role of the character and that is how Tal'dorei is playing it. I'm not faulting Tal'dorei. I still like Tal'dorei. I still love Molly as a character. If anything, I'm just angry and frustrated with the way it went down that we no longer get to learn more about the character. I'm one of these people. I've told you guys this too. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I don't hide nothing. As I was saying it, I literally was like, people in the comments, you guys know because I said it. I'm like, people in the comments are going to be all fired up about this, but I know you're taking it the wrong way. And that's why I said I know people are going to be fired up. We're all very emotional. And certain people deal with emotions in a different way. And I'm not saying my way is right, and I'm not saying your way is right. I'm here to basically give you my opinion and reaction. And if that is how I think the character is flawed, that is basically what I'm trying to say. If you think I'm trying to tell Tal'dorei he's playing his character wrong, I'm not. I'm saying I think his character is very flawed, and I disagree with the decision making and the choices he makes constantly from the beginning of him waking up. He woke up, he remembers 2+ years of his life, give or take. I think everything about the way he handles his life is wrong. But I'm not saying Tal'dorei is playing the character wrong. I'm saying I 100% disagree with how they handle their life in general. Like if he was a real person or a fantasy person, and if I was that kind of person, I would want people to call me out on my bullshit or be like, dude, you got to do this or that, blah, blah. I feel like we are misunderstanding each other. I'm a live wire. I'm very emotional. When things go crazy and I don't shut up, I rant a lot. And if I talk over the people, I apologize. I don't mean it. I can't contain myself. That is why I am a reactor. That's why I'm doing reactions. The reason I'm doing this is because people know I can't shut the hell up. And people told me, you should go and do YouTube because you never shut up. You just can't help yourself. And I know, and I agree, but that's why I'm here. So I just don't want us to all get angry or mad at each other. I even said, if I say something dumb, call me out on it. You guys could say whatever you want in the chat. Obviously, it's free speech, but I'm not going to get mad at any of you. We've had arguments. I've had arguments with people in the chat. They still come in live streams. We still are best friends. We still have a drink and enjoy ourselves. And I've said this many times, the whole thing with Bo when we had Bowlgate. I'm not always right. And I'm not saying I'm right about this. So let's just, there was comments. There was comments. I was going to go through them, but I think I pretty much summed it all up there. I believe it's Elina, Elina. I saw a couple comments from her, and she told me, amongst other people, I think other people put it too, but she was the first one I saw, that said, Matt actually wears the vests because he's got body dysmorphia and actually thinks he looks better in vests. That makes so much more sense. Because in my mind, I'm like, I see him wearing vests so often that it like literally is a thing in my head where I'm like, oh, he's got a different vest on, but he like almost always has a vest. Then I was thinking maybe that's just like a DM look. Brennan doesn't do that, but I was like, maybe other people do. Maybe that's like a look. Maybe that's like his DM vest. He's got a array of DM vests. But you guys told me it's because of the way he views himself. And I get it. I have a friend with very bad body dysmorphia who's like a perfection to people. And to himself, he's crap. He's like, nope, I suck. And literally is like a model. So I get that too, but that makes a lot more sense with that. Let's just jump in. Like I said, if you guys have a problem with anything I've done or said, or there's something specific, I just feel like there's a misunderstanding. I feel like when I'm saying Molly's wrong, that I'm not saying the character's being played wrong. I'm just saying I would never do that. I think that's not smart. I think he's better than that. Like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, obviously, I know the artist is in charge of his art. Just like this is my channel and I could do whatever I want. But I love that we have an open debate like this. And you're all welcome to say, and I will answer, and I feel like I got most of you. I know a lot of you said similar things, so I'm sorry if I didn't shout anybody out or whatever, but let's just jump in. The only reason I talked for a year and a day is because we're only going to do about 14 minutes of this. It's a quick one. There's only an hour and 25 minutes before the break, so we're going to do like 14 minutes, and then the hour Patreon. It's like an hour 28, give or take. The rest will be in the live stream. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of exclusives you only see on Patreon. Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We started Infinity Train, Eureka. Check it out. If not, jumping in. Campaign 2, Episode 27, Converging Fury.
On you.
Ooh, that got loud.
Welcome
What was
back.
that? All I heard was run you. That's all I heard. Run you.
Oh.
So,
Ooh, that's loud. Oh my God, he's got
This is too
a
much emotional whiplash.
he's got a giant. Oh my God, he's doing the face. Oh, sorry, I have the thing
oh
on there.
no!
Is that loud? That might be too loud.
You can see the wrinkles. From
I go to 9. I think I usually put it at 9. We'll go
Okay
there.
then.
Okay.
Matt already looks like he's
So,
getting
last
teared
we
up
left
already.
The Mighty Nine were making their way northward across the northern side of the Marrow Valley towards the city of Shady Creek Run to fulfill the second of 2 jobs they'd accepted from the gentleman.
My God,
while
we're
they
like
in
right
Zidich.
in. I'm like,
Along the journey, while they were leaving Hupperdook in the middle of the night, 3 of their members had been taken, and it was discovered in the morning when they were nowhere to be found that they had been captured by a group of slavers traveling north back to the city of Shady Creek Run itself. Upon investigating the details of this capture, you encountered an individual coming up the road
Right.
with a similar aligning
are we gonna get
interest
emotional
to
again in
Kev.
this episode? If we do, I'm
in
not.
discussing the means of
having it.
traveling to find these individuals responsible and discovering that Keg had information on them, you
So
decided to
I
travel
guess they got
together,
that
making
weird
your way
voice.
around the Crisp Vale
So weird.
thicket. Yes. Encountering a number of indigenous
Yes,
insect-like
thicket.
creatures
Don't
known as
cut me
onkegs near the long abandoned farmlands that were once built on the outskirts of the forest. Camping inside, you encountered a few members of what seemed to be a Furbolg village that had long existed and hidden from the world within this thicket that had been assaulted by these same slavers, known as the Iron Shepherds. You encountered an older elder, a protector of this tribe, along with a boy who had survived this encounter, and were sent off on your way. Traveling northward on horseback, you managed to catch up and actually make ground on the Iron Shepherds. And comparing your intel and through a few surprises as to what they were carrying, a plan was hatched to set an ambush.
What are they doing
open
back
their
there?
tracks and
I hear
assault.
like shit flying everywhere.
Upon the plan taking off, things were going in your favor, but through a series of bad lucks, bad lucks, the plural. That's an actual English phrase.
Many bad lucks coming
A
our
series of
way.
moments of bad luck.
Series of unfortunate
and
events. I
a
just
two-way
finished.
realization of the overwhelming power of the foe you faced. One of you fell. Mollymock lay slain in the middle of the road at the hands of Lorenzo.
Oh my
the
god, we're
leader
gonna have to deal with
of
that,
the Iron
right?
Shepherds.
We're gonna have to bury
making
him or
an
something?
example, pushing Keg onto the ground,
I like wasn't
leaving her with the knowledge of what he perceives as her fault, and to live with it, and to spread the name of terror of what they do, and not to let anybody else get in their way. You all watched quietly, unable to really have a moment yet to digest what has happened as you see the carts slowly, quietly make their way northward, out of sight beyond the hills, towards your eventual destination. And that's where we begin.
Oh my god, we're so empty.
It's a faint bit of
Oh my
snowfall,
god,
but
R.I.P.
still coming down from the
Shirt
clouds above
bit.
you.
Shirt
valley.
bit.
The flurry, the storm that has been encroaching
Oh,
is not that far off.
I think I know what he means.
And as you look down past the somewhat muddy tracks of the wheels of the carts that had headed away from you, your horses still stashed alongside the outer hills of which you had set this ambush, you look down to the bloodied still body of Mollymock as the snow slowly begins to fall and rest upon his form.
Do we bury him? Like, what do we... I did read in the comments, too, somebody said there's no spell at this level, or I don't think there's anything anyone could do, ever.
Out what we want to do
Unless
here.
you're like a top-level god or
And
something.
then I am sending Franken out after them, but we need to decide something now, because I am going to be out of it for a bit.
Yeah. We do need to decide something.
I'll friggin' kill all of
walks
you
over to
if
Peg.
they bring him back or something. He comes flying in. Like,
And
Talzin's just like, gotcha.
Grabs Keg by the coif and tries to slam Keg into the ground.
Do you resist?
Matt is not pleased with
Do you
this.
think that maybe telling us that Lorenzo was a high fucking magic user would have been... Or are you still fucking working with them?
I didn't know.
Bo is justified in this. I don't, I
sorry.
mean,
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
By regard, she would have told us.
that's the thing. I
Wouldn't
feel
have
she
died.
would have, but I feel like she should have been like, this dude could kill you instantly if he wants.
Where's this fucking stupid tapestry?
She
Where
did
is
say
it?
he's a bad dude, but like, there's a difference between
What is
bad
he?
dude and you will die.
They're probably gonna take them to the Sour Nest. That's where they.
I go and I look. Is this tapestry still on her horse?
Yeah, the tapestry of Bahamut is still rolled up and kind of strapped over the back of one of the horses.
I storm over to it and I rip it off the horse and I say, This is ours now. He was our fucking friend. He wasn't your fucking friend. We're taking this back.
Pull Keg up. This place they're going is it permanent, or a temporary camp, or it has been there for years. This is where they always are.
That's where they always are.
Do you know how far off we are from it now?
How far
What
is
a
it?
guest to come in.
About 2 days travel.
She
It's
comes in, new
maybe
studio, kills one of our
a 2-hour
people. Well,
journey into
you know what I
the
mean. She didn't kill
forest
him. but-
north of Shady Creek.
Matt is devastated. I feel so
Converging.
bad for Matt.
Molly's.
Matt is truly,
Fine.
I mean, like, Marisha usually gets emotional. Matt, you don't usually.
This is pointless.
What? What is pointless?
They're even more powerful than I remember. I didn't even fucking know that Lorenzo could do that.
All right, boom. You just explained it. Thank you.
You
We're
saw
all
what he
good.
did. There's no way. It's fucked.
I think she's fucking right. How long have you been separated from these fucking assholes?
Maybe a month. I don't know.
I just love the way Marisha
You learned to do that
Plays
in a
bow.
month.
Month?
when it's like that.
It's not a lot of time to.
They didn't show me much. I'm clearly not very fucking bright, so there's a lot I probably didn't pick up on, but I don't know. I'm realizing I don't fucking know anything about them.
How many people are in that camp? What did you call it?
The Sour Nest is where the Iron Shepherds have camp,
Yeah.
but I mean, Shade Creek Run it's a full city. I mean,
Sure. What about the Sour Nest?
I thought there were just 5. I mean, I don't know who those other 2 were. I don't fucking know. Everything that I thought I knew about them.
We were outnumbered.
I don't know.
And they had a guy
I,
in the name
search
of Lorenzo.
Molly's body and look for the tarot cards first.
Easy enough to find. You have to go through a few pockets on the inside of the jacket, but you eventually find where he keeps them.
I take those and I keep those to myself. Take the amulet.
Okay, so you have the parapet of wound potion.
Oh, that's
Toss
right.
it
He
to
had
Caleb.
that. I was like,
He's
what
gonna
was the
pick his
amulet?
body
I
off?
yeah.
I'm gonna take what his dead body isn't using anymore.
But he woke up before. Maybe we should leave it with him in case he needs it later.
I'm gonna leave him with everything else. I don't think we should take his sword.
What do we want to do?
Caleb, she's right. We can't fight them.
I'd say Bo's right. I'd take the amulet. I'd leave
Not
him with the
without
rest,
helping.
like in case he comes back to life.
But-
Even though you guys,
Did
Break
you guys
my
just suddenly
heart.
fucking forget that they took Yasha? They took Ford? They took Jester?
That is what I'm talking about. Molly Mock is dead. 3 are not yet, and we have invested a lot of time into forging this alliance we are in.
like, it isn't even like we could ignore him, is
I'm
what
not
we're
proposing
saying
a-
here.
a
We have
head-to-head
to.
confrontation. Maybe. But I want to know where they are. I want to know what conditions they're in. I'm not willing to walk away from this.
Like, how do we?
It would be the smarter bet.
Can we hire people? Could we recruit mercenaries? Could we get help? Because we can't do it.
Yeah.
Fuck you both.
We could live, sure, we could live. We could go hide in the woods. Go back to picking pockets and pulling scams on people. You know that I want more than that.
Do y'all
Ooh.
remember what Molly said a few weeks ago
Oh.
when he told us that he left every town better than what he found it? When he first told me that, I remember my first initial knee-jerk reaction was, you fucking arrogant, narcissistic bastard. No one can fucking know that. He was an arrogant bastard, but he was right. And do you know how I know? We had a conversation last night. We were up for watch. And he asked me what my greatest lie was, and we pulled fucking cards for it.
They did it in Talks Machina.
Loser would go first. And he told me this story about tricking a town into thinking he was royalty and being a king to pull off a scam. And I was almost gonna tell him about my childhood. And I didn't. Because he told that fucking story. And I realized even in his scams, when he was doing something shitty, he was still making people feel good or feel special. Like the town was being visited by, graced by his presence, by his royal highness. And I told him this story of ruining a couple's lives by extorting them because I fucking could. Because I fucking felt like it. So I realized if I can deliberately leave a town shittier than what I found it, of course he could fucking leave a town better than what he found it. I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm gonna go off and be a fucking hero, but maybe we can equal out and I can at least not fuck any more shit up. And take baby steps towards leaving the town better
Bo is
thing.
very vocal about Molly.
So that's the least I can do for him.
I mean, it's great. I love that she's so emotional and it affected her.
I'm gonna start
I
with these
I'm just
podcasts.
not, I wouldn't expect Bo to be that vocal. I thought Caleb was going to be.
What are we going to do first?
Bravo, Bo.
The man crawled out of a grave once, if is to be believed.
All right, guys, it went by so quick. Granted, we're only doing 14 minutes, but basically by the time Bo gave her speech, we're already past 14 minutes. And if I keep going, we're going to have like barely 10 minutes for part 2 because the hour exclusive Patreon comes out Wednesday. This is going to come out early, part 1, the one you're watching right now, but then I'm going to go back to the regular system. I just wanted to get this one out early so you guys knew about the live stream tonight, because if you're, following along with me, odds are if you watch the live stream, you probably jump right into the episodes, and I already posted the premiere for the episode before I even recorded this. So either way, we're doing Escape from the Blood Keep tonight in the live stream. But I figured I'd get episode 27 out, let you guys know my thoughts, where we're at before we get into the live stream. That way, if we have a discussion, we'll already know where my head's at least, or where we're all at. But my God, we look so empty. We are down to 4, and one is a guest. Matt is teared up the entire time. Most of the time, so was Marisha. The other 3 were on and off of sadness. We have to deal with the burying or whatever of Molly. We are literally standing over his body. We took the amulet. I totally think that's okay. Bo takes the amulet. I wouldn't bury him with it or anything like that. I feel like we could use that, and I feel like Molly would want us to, use his stuff. If I had some cool ass shit and I got gunned down or something, I'd be like, please. I'm saying in this kind of scenario. I'm not saying right now if I go on the street and someone shoots me, you go and take my money out of my pockets or something. I'm saying in this world of traveling band of brothers and sisters, whatever you want to call it, I feel like we should take the items that are necessary for our possible survival. We now have to try to get Jester, Ford, and Yasha back from these people. We know there's at least 7. I'm sure there's more. We know one of them can almost single-handedly take down our entire group of 5. Granted, we were missing 3, and we didn't, or though we did actually have Ashley at that point, but Ashley was running scared, and she said right there in this part of the episode that she had no idea that Lorenzo could do that. She was like, I thought he was strong. She said he was a badass. That's why in the beginning I was like, badasses are different than men that will murder you instantly. That's like different. I've fought badasses. I wouldn't fight a guy that was a murdering lunatic that could cast a death stare. I don't know, whatever it was. Either way, we are empty as hell. Matt, I feel so bad for, because I feel like he feels like he's responsible. He said it in Talks Machina how he brought this element in because he thought that it would be entertaining, being as like we lost 3 people because of the pregnancy and stuff like that, and that's why they got taken. And then he was like, I was throwing things out there that I was hoping they'd pick up on, and they'd be like, this isn't a guy to screw around with, at least right now, or maybe do different, like follow them along. He said all this in Talks Machina. I agree with him. That's how they should have handled it. But then in the end, he's like, the roles were so bad on their part that it was inevitable. The way Molly attacked it and the way the rolls went, he had no control. He had no ability to prevent it. Not that he should, because he should let the roll of the dice lie and let it be as it is. So I feel like he thinks I pushed it too far. I think that's literally what he thinks. And I feel like he said that right on the nose. Maybe not exactly, but I feel like he was pretty much saying that in Talks Machina. How he wanted to kind of push the limits, make it a little more exciting. And now the limits got pushed and Molly's dead. But that's what Molly does. So maybe Matt's thinking I should have known that's what Molly would have done, and I shouldn't have pushed it too far. Am I wrong to think that? I'm pretty sure that's what Matt said in Talks Machina, that he kind of like escalated the events a little more, thinking that, oh, this will be good because of the drop off in the people, like how we lost people and we had to go somewhere with something. I still think we should have laid low. I wasn't against the idea when they got the jump on him and they were an hour ahead and they devised the whole plan of ambush and stuff. I didn't think it was a bad idea until I saw the carts come rolling in. If you look at my reaction, I literally was like, guys, this might be a bad idea. There is a giant, like, convoy of people and horses and God knows what else. And we are low on members and squishy people and have no healer. And I think we had no healing potions. So Jesus, was that a bad choice? But it's the choice we made as a team. And regardless of my thoughts or opinions, I have to stand by the team because that is what Molly did. And now he's dead. We are still standing over his body. What do? Bury him? I guess we bury him. We don't take him with us, do we? He was buried before, so I assume we could bury him again. But I feel like a good hour of this next coming part, pretty much everything to the break, I feel like is going to be very sad. I feel like everyone's going to give their speeches. We're going to bury him. We're going to probably have people say a few words. It's going to be sad. I wasn't thinking about it. Honestly, I was thinking so much about everything that happened. I didn't think of the aftermath. I'm not even joking you. Up until they just started talking right now in this part, I was like, oh my God, his body's still there. What do we do with his body? How do we handle this? We're going to probably have a whole ceremony and everything up until the break. I guess that's going to be in the Patreon hour, most of it. Let's see how long it goes. Caleb was up. Caleb started talking. Let's see where we go from there. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, Infinity Train, Battlestar, Stargate, Fringe, a million. Check it out. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.